I'm here before you to present emergence of new pathogens. So before that, I must thank Madam Sinha, Rekha Sinha, for giving me opportunity to present this topic. Just few days before only she contacted me, and I'm here before you to present this. So there are the emergence of new pathogens, the plenty of pathogens, bacteria, okay, algae, fungi, and viruses. So I'm restricting my presentation only to the viruses. And the outline of my presentation goes like this: the emerging pathogens, trends, what are the emerging and re-emerging diseases, and what are the factors contributing to emergence of new pathogens, and some of the examples, especially the case studies of some new viral pathogens, the public health response, and and little bit about the control and prevention of these emerging the pathogens. So we know that there's a lot of changes been happening in the surrounding environment, especially the climatic changes, the ecological changes, which includes the agricultural activities, the lot of climatic changes, weather conditions, and food handling practices, and so on. They provide new opportunities for pathogens to emerge and gain access to the human population and cause diseases. And especially the international travel and tourism, and also the increased the global interdependence has also resulted in transmission of various the diseases, and as well as the disease reservoirs and the vectors. So the pathogen may emerge as an important public health problem because of changes in itself. So because a lot of genetic the changes, it will change its properties because of mutation in its genetic properties, and also its transmission pathways are changes. So it emerges as a new pathogen causing the disease. And especially the viruses, which are ultra microscopic organisms, they have the greatest potential for emergence of in the near future. And to quote some of the examples like hantavirus, dengue, influenza, and HIV, etc. And especially in the last part of the 20th century, there are a number of new and emerging viral infections have been reported, and there are unusually large number of the viral infections have been reported among the human population, and especially the rotaviral diarrhea, the HIV infections, hantavirus, hepatitis E, hepatitis C, and the list goes on. And the recent examples of how these new viral pathogens have been emerging. So to quote some of the recent examples, especially the MERS, the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, which is similar to the SARS, Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome, which is caused by coronavirus, which has appeared recently in Saudi Arabia, that is reported in last year, and causing the 52 deaths among human population. And recently, in this week itself, in the newspaper, it has been reported that a Hajj returnee from the Middle East country, so he was diagnosed with MERS this week, and especially in the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences. And as of November 4th, 2013, WHO has reported put 149 affected cases, and that has caused 64 deaths among human population, and the 53 deaths in Middle East alone. And one more, the viral infections that has been emerged in China in 2010, the severe fever with the thrombocytopenia syndrome. So it is caused by the causative agent that is identified is the Bunia virus. And the ticks are suspected to be the vector that transmit the virus to the human population. Even the today's newspaper, it has been reported that a new H6N1 avian influenza virus is affecting the human beings, especially in the last May 2013 in China. So usually the H5N1 avian influenza has been reported in human beings. So the scientists were thought this virus may not infect the human beings, but this has emerged as a new viral pathogen affecting the humans. And what are emerging infections? So these are new emerging infections whose incidence in humans has increased within the past 2 decades, or whose incidence threatens to increase in the near future. And to quote some of the few examples like the dengue, AIDS, malaria, Chagas, Ebola, tuberculosis, and so on. It's been reporting all over the world. Especially to quote some of the new viral infections emerging all over the world, and especially in the United States since 1973. There are a number of viral pathogens. The list goes like this: the rotavirus, Ebola virus, Hanta, HIV, hepatitis E, hepatitis C, and gonorrhea virus. So plenty of virus has been recognized affecting the human population: Synombri, Sabia, Hendra, and hepatitis G, the human herpes virus 8, avian influenza, Nipah, West Nile, monkeypox, SARS, the list goes on. So these are all new viral emerging pathogens affecting the human population reported all over the world, especially in United States of America. And what are the factors contributing to emergence of new pathogens? So there are factors related to the microbial agent, the host, and the environment. And especially the factors related to the microbial agent. So the microbial agents, they keeps on changing their genetic properties and adapt to the new host and cause the infection. And also they develop the resistance to the drugs, and emerging the drug-resistant bacteria, especially the bacteria has been emerged in the last few years. The drug-resistant bacteria have been emerged as a new pathogen for affecting the human population. And there are plenty of the factors contributing to the emergence of new pathogens with respect to the host, the human susceptibility to the infection. So the human demographic and behaviors, international trade and travel, and intent to harm. The bioterrorism also resulted in emergence of new pathogen. The occupational exposures and inappropriate use of antibiotics has also emerged, is one of the cause. And the environmental changes, especially the climate and weather changes, have contributed a lot in emerging the pathogens, in emergence of pathogens. And changing ecosystem also resulted, and the economic development and land use, technology and industry, poverty and social inequality, the lack of public health measures, and animal populations, war and famine. These are so many, the factors are contributing towards the emergence of the new pathogens. So the lot of the disease transmission is mainly because of the close contact with the animals, the vectors, and of course the environmental changes has contributed a lot in emergence of the new viral pathogens. So especially the climate and environmental change has contributed a lot, especially the deforestation. This forces animals to closer to the human contact and increasing the possibility of breaching the barrier between the animal and humans, causing the infection. And the El Nino, okay, this has triggers the natural disaster, and the related outbreaks of infectious disease are reporting, especially the altered vector range. So so many vector-borne diseases have been emerged, and to quote few are the hantavirus, pulmonary syndrome, Rift Valley fever, West Nile virus, and all. And also the wild animals and the vectors, and a lot of agricultural activities also contributed a lot, and the contamination of watershed areas by animals, especially the improper disposal of the solid and the liquid waste, has resulted in a lot of waterborne infections. And to quote some of the few waterborne viral infections that is caused due to the feces contaminated drinking water and improperly treated water. And few of the viral infections are hepatitis A, polio, hepatitis E, SARS, adenoviral infections, caliciviral infections, and the rotaviral diarrhea, one of the important diarrheal cause among the children, the Rift Valley fever, and the West Nile virus. The list goes on. Plenty of waterborne viral infections have been emerging. And technology industry also contributed a lot in emergence of new pathogens, especially the food handling practices, the SARS, and one of the important, the avian influenza, H5N1. And the more organ transplants and blood transfusion also contributed a lot. And the new drugs for humans, which has resulted in prolonged immunosuppression, making the humans susceptible to the various infections. And one of the important factor is the animal husbandry practices. So this has contributed a lot in emergence of zoonotic pathogens. And to quote the H1N1, swine influenza, and H5N1, avian influenza, Nipah, etc. And about 60 to 80% of the new human infections, they are likely originated in the animals. So zoonotic importance is there. And disproportionately, many of the viral infections have been emerged from the rodents and the bats, which are the natural reservoir for many of the viral agents, like the hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, Lassa fever, and the Nipah virus encephalitis. And especially the poultry industry and the pig industry has contributed in the emergence of the avian influenza as well as the swine influenza. Earlier, these diseases, they were restricted to only these animal species, but it has shifted its the host and causing the infection in the human population. And the human demographics, behavior, and vulnerability also causes the emergence of new pathogens, and especially the uncontrolled urbanization and changing sexual modes has caused the sexually transmitted diseases, and one of the important disease, HIV, and the lot of injections and improperly used the sterilized injections or syringes or needles, and that has resulted in emergence of HIV, hepatitis C, and even the changing eating habits has resulted in foodborne infections, and the more the populations with the weakened immune system, especially the elderly people, HIV patients, and even the cancer patients, they are highly susceptible to the infections, and they are suffering a lot. And international travel and commerce also contributed a lot towards emergence of new pathogens, the movement of persons infected with an exotic disease. And to quote one of the important example is the SARS and many of the viral hemorrhagic fevers. And even the exotic pet trade also contributed in emergence of new pathogens. The monkeypox has been emerged as the viral pathogen causing infections among the human population. And the microbial adaptation and change. So this has also caused one of the important factor, because the microbial agents, they keeps on changing their properties, and there will be increased in the virulence, and they cause the infection. And also the jumping species from animals to humans. Earlier they were thought to adapt it to a particular animal, and suddenly they change their the host system, and they cause the infections. And poverty, social, and so many other factors also have contributed a lot in emergence of new pathogens, especially the discontinued mosquito control efforts has resulted in lot of the mosquito-borne infections have been reported, the dengue and West Nile fever. And some of the examples, the hantavirus, Hendra virus, Nipah, SARS, Marburg, MERS, these are some of the new viral pathogens have been emerged to cause disease among human population. And the plenty of these viral pathogens have been reported all over the world. And the hantavirus pulmonary syndrome has been reported in 1993, a new the virus, as a new virus, and especially the deer mouse was considered as the reservoir host for which has caused the infection. And especially it was thought that in 1992 there was El Nino, and heavy rainfall has caused the increased pineon nuts, and there was more mice population. This has increased the exposure, human exposure to the infection. And Hendra virus has been reported in 1994 in Australia, so in especially in thoroughbred horses. But the two persons, they were working, I mean they were at the stable, they also developed this disease, and one of them died, and the new virus has been emerged, and it has been identified as a Hendra virus. And the fruit bats are considered as the reservoir host for this, the viral pathogen. And the Nipah virus outbreak in 1998. So acute encephalitis in Malaysia, mainly in the pig farmers, and also there was a disease in the pigs, like the acute respiratory illness and encephalitis. There was 40% fatalities, 40% of the human population that have been died, and the Nipah virus was identified, and the possible transmission was from the pigs. But the disease spread to Singapore, and the Singapore has banned the import of the pigs from the Malaysia. But during that period, in Malaysia, over 1 million pigs have been culled, increasing the huge economic loss for the pig industry. So the fruit bats are considered as the reservoir host for this virus. So the fruit bats' habitat, they reduced, by the deforestation, and they invade the human dwellings, causing the infections. And in Bangladesh and in India also, this Nipah viral emergence has been reported, and causing so many deaths among human population. And one of the important viral infection, that is SARS, the first emerging infectious disease in 21st century. And there were 8,439 cases with 812 deaths was reported in 30 countries within 7 to 8 months. and Marburg and Ebola hemorrhagic fevers. These are new viral hemorrhagic fevers. This has caused the deaths among the laboratory workers in Germany and Yugoslavia. So these new viruses has been identified, and they are the most devastating infectious agents causing infections in human population. So the fruit bats are considered as the reservoir host, and this is also reported in among the non-human primates. And avian and swine flu also has caused it is newly emerged from the other species and causing the infections. And this is the scenario of the swine flu all over the world. As of the May 2009, so many cases have been reported, causing 96 deaths among the human population. So some of the viral pathogens, they first appeared long ago, and they survived and persisted, and they continue to appear in new locations. And to quote some examples, dengue fever, the West Nile virus, and Rift Valley fever and yellow fever. So these are all vector-borne, especially the mosquitoes are the vectors which transmit the infection. And the CCHF, Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever, is again re-emerging and causing infections among the human population, and ticks are considered as the vectors for this viral pathogen. And the dengue fever scenario all over the world. So this black color indicates the areas with dengue activity, and the red color indicates the areas at risk for epidemic dengue, one of the important disease, and it has been reporting all over the world. And the monkeypox in 2003 has been emerged as a new pathogen causing infection among the human population. So this was actually transmitted from the imported African rodents, the rope squirrel, giant poached rats. So they transmit the infection to the prairie dogs, which were co-housed with these African rodents, and then the infection transmitted to the humans. There were 82 infections among children and adults. And then US banned the import of African rodents, but this virus has caused more than 500 human cases in Congo during 96-97, and one of the very important disease, and the symptoms similar to the smallpox, highly devastating disease that has been eradicated globally, but this virus is been emerging to cause infections among the human population. And what are the practical approaches in limiting this emergence of infectious agents? So we have to promptly investigate and monitor the emerging pathogens and what type of disease they cause, and what are the factors which contribute towards the emergence of pathogens, and the integrated laboratory science and epidemiology to optimize the public health practice. And the communication of the public health should be enhanced, and the public awareness should be there, and you have to ensure the prompt implementation of the prevention strategies. And you have to strengthen the local, state, and national public health infrastructures to support the surveillance and implement the prevention programs. And we have to study the microbial genetics and the methods to detect the disease, and we should have improved diagnostic techniques, and the new vaccine should be there to control these infections. And we should have the geographic imaging systems to monitor the environmental changes that influence the disease emergence and transmission. And we should have the coordinated and well-prepared, well-equipped public health systems should be there, and improved methods for detection, and they should be effective preventive and therapeutic measures should be there, and one should have the political commitment should be there, and adequate resources to address the socio-economic factors, and international collaboration and communication should be there to counteract these emerging viral pathogens. So there should be the coordination between the regional, global, and national programs to counteract these infections, and the multiple skills, multiple expertise are needed to counteract these emerging pathogens. Thank you.